my goodness. The news is, there's a lot of it, and I'm gonna try to work quickly. I'm not gonna plug this phone in. I'm gonna let it run out. So if this just ends abruptly, it's because I'm doing that. But I'm also gonna try to work through this quickly. There's so much news in a day or two. So many stories. I'm gonna try to go through all of them. Welcome to my channel. My name's Craig Hamilton Bradley, case I run for president. And this is my channel, All Good Things and All Good Time, where it is always a good day to be alive, right? Where myself and the people that watch this channel, we realize the only thing we have control of is our attitude. The way we respond to all the things we cannot control. And in this case, I've decided to get back to speaking against and for all the better things in the world and against all the terrible things. And they are so bad, they're the kind of thing that can give you nightmares. Tiffany, yay, aloha. Good to see you, girl. All right, so much bad news. And a little bit of good news in the sphere of bad news, which is, maybe we should just talk about that right away. That prince, that child raping, maybe baby eating prince from England, locked up. He's been taken into custody. Man, oh man. And now America's like, oh my God, that's possible? We could actually not just see these guys lose a job, like in England. They don't lose a job here, they get promoted. But over there, in Europe and whatnot, they're losing their jobs, you know, the billionaire class. So wouldn't that be great if justice came, right? And then they're just making fools of our law enforcement agencies that have just known about this, watched these billionaires do their dirty deeds and get away with it, and then continue to be complicit in them getting away with it. So, God, you got to just hope. You know, like Jesse Jackson said, bless his soul, who just passed away, keep hope alive. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to get back to this. I just dropped one class. I was headed towards maybe not an A in it, and I think partly because I've been so distracted by the nightmare news. It's god-awful nightmare news. It's so bad. It's a horror story. I don't go to horror movies because I don't want to see torture and contemplate it. And now the news is the truth about what's happening is so awful. What these people have been doing is so awful. It has literally been giving me bad dreams. In some cases, like nightmares. So you're not alone if that's been happening to you. Holy crap. What the hell you gonna do? But yeah, so yeah, that Prince whatever from England, one of Jeffrey's best buddies, and oh God, anyway. And then Les Wexner, the guy who's been funding all of this horror, he of course does what all the Republicans, and I realize there's a few Bill Clinton's in there. There's 1 out of 100 of these horrible people are Democrats. It's true. And maybe there's some people in Hollywood. We'll find out, hopefully. You know, like the director of Rush Hour and Chris Tucker. You know, my God. But yeah, of course, he just didn't give them anything. He didn't. These guys are never gonna implicate each other or themselves. I cannot read. Pardon me, I'm gonna turn on my TV so I can see your comments on my TV because my eyes can't see them on my phone here. All right, okay, thank you for your patience. All right, okay. Oh my goodness, it's crazy what has been happening. Okay, so let's start going through all the mostly terribly bad news. Let's see here. So they're investigating the New Mexico ranch. That's a big deal. Seems like there's reason to have hope there. Oh, except the frickin' weirdo. Of course he hides behind the Bible, which just makes the Bible look terrible, like all these guys do. This guy who owns the ranch is demolishing it. And what's he gonna do? Oh, so he can make a children's camp for a Christian children's retreat. Yeah, Oh my God, how stupid would someone have to be to frickin' send their kids to a Christian retreat where there's children buried and who have been tortured and, oh, god awful things done to them. Oh my God, it is, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And I'm hoping, I just found this really cool lady who has a channel that had less than 1,000 people. It had 843 when I found her. Slightly High Historian. And she did a thing on the Zorro Ranch, and I'm hoping that she'll do a follow-up. Because she actually, brings receipts and does the work that I don't do. I just watch other people's stuff, All right, pardon me here. Here we go. 54 watching? Holy smokes. That's the most people ever. Oh, wait, I gotta turn this off. Okay. All right, so, my goodness. What else? Of course, James, you probably heard, James Tallarico was not allowed to be interviewed on Stephen Colbert. And that interview on YouTube has had, last I checked, I think over 5, way more than most of his stuff. It has had millions of views. It's going to be seen way more because of that. So, right on. And where are all the kids buried out at that New Mexico ranch, right? And how much evidence is now being destroyed? I bet that sicko kept some of the evidence, because he liked it, right? And of course on Fox, he talks about how he's standing behind the Bible. Oh my God, it's just disturbing. Man. Oh, thank you. Except I'm a handsome version of Steve Bannon. Oh, you're trying to hurt my feelings. What kind of... Oh, that's so funny. So we got some douchebag right-winger on here. You poor souls. Oh my God, everyone feels sorry for you because you got the IQ of, what's that Nazi number, 88? Yeah, that's your IQ. Science has proven the IQ of your average conservative Republican douchebag is 88. Yeah, that's the Hitler number. All right. Have you heard Iran has maybe some information? They've tapped into some emails, and so maybe they'll reveal some stuff, some more criminal behavior of the criminals who are running our country. So that's interesting. How about the ICE officer? Did you see the example of this sicko ICE officer who bragged about raping a girl who was raped by? I was like, you raped me, and he's like, yeah, but you liked it. How's that? That's disgusting. And these guys hide behind their freaking religious beliefs. Oh my God. Talk about ruining the brand of religion. It's horrible. All right, what else? And of course, Trump's like, yeah, we're going to have to distract you from all the crimes we've done by going to war with Iran, Cuba. Well, and he's trying to decide whether or not we should go, as if there's some sort of brain working there. As if he's seriously thinking about anything. But no, he has no. It's just so sad. And so, yeah, every time we go to war, and how close are we? And I hate to say this, but how close are we to what no one's talking about? We are like this close to some nuclear catastrophe, right? Some sick-ass clouds revolving the northern hemisphere that make almost all of us sick and die. It's the don't look up scenario. And, oh, my God. All right. Let's work this. Have you seen the... I think a new person from New Jersey and New York would respond the exact same way. If you haven't seen it, there's this disgusting video of Kid Rock and RFK Jr. Working out together, drinking milk in a hot tub. I think most New Yorkers and Jersey people would refer to them as jagoffs. Oh my God! This guy has a job working for our country, protecting our health. Are you kidding me? Oh my God! Oh, it's unbelievable. How about, of course, because almost all of the terrorism in our country is committed by right-wing psychopaths, right? The shooter the shooter in the ice skating rink happened to be trans, right? So you could just expect them to go all in. Oh my God, it's these trans people. You got to be afraid of the trans people. But what is he? He's a white supremacist, Trump supporting trans guy. A Trump loving trans guy murders a bunch of people because all the murderers, all the terror is predominantly committed by right-wing jagoffs. Shia LaBeouf, God, is Shia a Republican? Anyway, he had drunk, and he just got locked up for a bar fight, punching people. If you got all that money, first of all, you should probably just stay home and enjoy that huge house, maybe the company of some good friends. But if you're going to go out, try to keep it to a 2 to 3 drink maximum, excuse me. And of course, Steve Bannon, aforementioned by one of you jagoffs, one of you right-wing jagoffs who's on here. Steve Bannon and Jeffrey Epstein are like best buddies, right? Steve Bannon was right there to the very end. And of course, if you haven't seen it, there's this great information out there. People are doing the work. This guy, Disturbing Illusion guy, he compared this fake Ghislaine Maxwell, who just pleaded the fifth, with the real pictures of her, and they are not the same people. She has been spirited away. She is off partying with Jeffrey Epstein probably somewhere. A friend of mine here, great guy, he's like, I don't think he's dead. And I was like, I don't know, man. I was totally skeptical about that. But now that we see Ghislaine is not in prison, like when they came out of Aloha, oh, that's not Suzanne. Aloha. When they brought her to Texas, to the country club, I bet they just made a deal with someone that sort of looked like her. Maybe that's a wig, big glasses. They figured they could obfuscate it enough. But they're like, because they had a lot of criminals right there. They found someone. They're like, hey, we'll give you this great deal. We'll send you to this posh hotel-like prison, and then we're gonna let her just go be free. So I think that happened, and I bet Jeffrey Epstein's still alive, considering how deep and horrible and disgusting and widespread these child molesting, predominantly Republican sickos are, and the power that they have wield, and which they continue to. But with the prince getting arrested, first time a person of a royal family has been arrested since the 1640s in England. So that is just giving, I think, it's keeping hope alive. Thank you, Jesse Jackson. How about the F Joe Biden meme coin? Steve Bannon. The criminal is, it was just a scam, like everything these criminals are doing, all these felons and PDF files are doing that are all surrounding the 34-time convicted felon that's in the White House. They're all just horrific people giving us nightmares about their crimes as we learn about them. And only 2% of the Epstein files are released. So where's the other 98%? And imagine being one of the sickos like, oh, I almost threw up. I was watching Benny Johnson. Imagine how much he was teased, right, with the initials BJ. And he happens to be most likely gay, or at least possibly bisexual, because he does have kids. So maybe he just thinks of men when he's with his wife. But his initials are BJ, and of course, Ben Gay. I'm sure he was called that in school. His last name's Johnson, Ben Little Dick Johnson. I mean, I'm sure that kid, all these guys are victims of being teased. And so now we just have to deal with them, in real life. Like that little brown leprechaun, Cash Yap Patel. Why doesn't anybody call him his real full name? Cash Yap. His name is Cash Yap Patel. And I have not seen one person in independent media even as well refer to him by his real full name, right? Why not? It embarrasses him. Anyway, all right. Kind of sucks, man. Jelly Roll, I liked his music for about a minute there, and then you realize he's a freaking Republican, oath-breaking, Trump-loving, disgusting. So much for that. the Board of Peace is a joke, which is why the Vatican, the Pope's like, no way. We ain't joining that sick cabal of criminals. It's all authoritarian governments getting together to supposedly, make peace. It's really just a scam. Another one of Trump's scams where he collects the money and he puts it in his bank account in in the Middle East. Yeah, I tell you what. What else? Oh, how about that lady? There's a veteran in Danville, California, East Bay, California, needed help from the Veterans Association, and they denied her. And yeah, it's a tragedy, and I think she's on the verge of losing her life. Anyway, it's all thanks to this criminal regime taking money out of the Veterans Association and helping veterans. Hakeem Jeffries is bought and paid for by Israel. If you haven't seen the interview that he did, where he just sounded like a weak-ass moron, taking money from, people who are just wiping out an entire population, like for the fun of it. Let's see. What else? Oh, that disgusting pig, Randy Fine. Hopefully he won't lose. There's a good person running against him, and he is just a disgusting human being. I can't believe anybody would vote for these people. But you sicko Republicans, you do that. I don't know why. All the right-wing podcasters suck. Joe Rogan, you suck. Bill Maher, you suck. Sean Ryan, you suck. Oh my God, Sean! If you want to try to save face, just apologize for having been so fucking stupid, and ask for people's forgiveness, and maybe you'll get some. Right? I mean, holy smokes! Sean Ryan's having a moment of inflection. Oh my God! All these guys I've been supporting, the guys I helped put in office with your stupid freaking assault rifles on the wall behind you. You're a part of the problem, bro. Get your freaking head out your ass and stop supporting the pedophile regime. Oh my God. What else? Let's keep moving, because I don't want to do this all day. I got stuff to accomplish. Of course, Russia lies like Trump lies. They never want peace. They just want to keep murdering Ukrainians. So that's just what we can assume. Yeah, Randy Fine is an example of Jewish supremacy, just as gross as white supremacy, as Muslim supremacy, whatever it is, whatever your religious beliefs are, you think that makes you better than others, or you should objectify, oh, you're going to heaven, but nobody else is, or you're the chosen ones, or if you hurt people, you're going to go to heaven for doing that, for your religious beliefs, just making religion look stupid and bad. Like, here's the only religion anyone needs. Do no harm, right? Live your life not doing any harm. I don't want anyone to be forgiven who goes out and does harm purposely, especially those to children, right? I mean, look, we're all going to make a mistake. I lied to my mom as a kid about lighting matches. I stole a couple things when I was 12 and 14. But, if you're out there doing what all these sickos in the White House are doing to children, I don't want you. I don't want you in heaven with me. And if there is a heaven, you're gonna go there because you go do good things. If you wanna be, someone that you say is a good this, a good that, or a good this, in some religious context, then go do something nice for somebody. That is the most religious thing you can do. Go be kind. Let someone go in front of you. Open the door for somebody. Support your friends. Support your family. Give someone your time, your love. I just helped my friend move, but it wasn't just moving. We had to break down an entire outdoor living room that was attached to his RV, because he and I are both survivors of the fire here in Lahaina town. And so it was a big job, but I was so happy to be there all day. And he kept saying stuff like, I know you don't want to be here. Sorry, you guys. Thanks. Sorry about my bitching, because he was getting stressed out. And it's like, no way, man, this is where I want to be. I want to be helping you, because that's the currency I have. I don't have money. And if you have money and you're unhappy, be generous. Leave a huge tip, or give some money to your cousin or brother or uncle who needs it, right? Or your grandkid or whatever, right? Be generous. That's how you find happiness. All you unhappy people that have something to give, anything to give, become a giver, not a taker. And that's what gonna make you happy. It's also what class is. Class and generosity are the same thing, okay? Right? Like Tiger Woods came here right after he signed a $100 million contract. He stiffed waiters, he stiffed his cart boy, he stiffed his bellman, right? No class. Tiger Woods, of course, he's a Republican, right? Sicko. And of course, selfish pig. But yeah, right? So, you know, imagine you probably got a lot less to give than Tiger Woods, but he don't give nothing. So he got no class, and he's probably unhappy a lot of the time. Anyway, I grew up around a lot of rich, unhappy people, and all you got to do, right? Buying shit is never going to make you happy, right? Take pride. And right now, I'm happier than ever, but I'm always happy to not spend money, to spend as little as possible. If you get happiness from buying shit, you realize right after you buy it, it doesn't actually make you happy. You're still unhappy. So go be generous, right? If you want to be a good religious person, you don't got to go to church. You just got to go out in your community. Do something nice, right? It's that simple. It's the religion of doing no harm. Oh my God. How about this little 5'2" white leprechaun, Nick Fuentes? I'm sorry, I'm even saying his name because he should not even exist. But he's the famous Nazi who had dinner at Mar-a-Lago with Trump. And now he's saying, you gotta not vote for Trump. First of all, he said women are the enemy, right? Of course, because no woman would ever date him. Like all you right-wing dipshits. Oh my God, you poor men who don't really understand much about anything. I mean, you might find a woman with an IQ of 88, but nobody smarter than that wants to just be, instead of having an aspirations for being a doctor or a lawyer, you want them to have the aspirations to make your lunch every day. That's not an aspiration for an intelligent woman. Oh my God. So yeah, Nick Fuentes says women are the enemy, which, yeah, if you're, yeah, they are. The majority of the voters in our country are women, and the majority of the people who are getting college degrees are women, right? So yeah, if you're an ignorant, right-wing Nazi fool, yeah, they're the enemy. I get it, but they're not, and they give me hope. They are the strongest backbone in our country. They're the ones who are going to help us take down this regime and make the world a better place. Of course, if they don't kill us all with a nuclear catastrophe, which I'm just waiting for it. I'm wondering, like, can I save up enough food? Do I need to dig a hole up in the mountains, and would that even help? Could I find a couple partners to buy a property here, to dig a hole in the ground and put a container in it to try to survive this up-and-coming apocalypse, which these sick bastards, I would not put it past them to create an apocalypse just so they can avoid going to jail for all their crimes against humanity and children. Yeah, and so let's go back to that guy, the ICE guy who raped a woman and then bragged about it to her face. I'm just waiting to see him on TYT Sports being brought up on charges, please. Anyway, you know, there is a history of people who hunt Nazis. I wonder if that history might revisit us. Let's see here. Oh yeah, what do we call Republicans? They're bribe taking, bribe making. The Hoosers. Okay, let's see. I got through that. Of course, all the Congress members who did nothing but just read the code of conduct for our military, how we train our military not to take illegal orders. Right? If the person above you in the military says rape that person, you're not supposed to. Right? Duh. But anyway, they were all acquitted, of course, thank God, because they're all freaking heroes. Senator Kelly and all the rest of them who've all served our country. And that's why they felt they could speak on that, because they all risked their lives to serve our country in different capacities. Intelligence agencies or in the military, astronaut. If you haven't heard, there is a super spreading, there's this kind of like a virus, I guess. It's a fungal infection called Candida auris, okay? And it's basically a yeast infection like all the rest of them that can get into your body or on your body, but there's no medicine that will stop it. Bleach and hydrogen peroxide apparently are the two things that will kill it on a surface or maybe help you mitigate it on your skin. I don't know. But that's just something to be aware of. Okay, it's spread through our hospitals supposedly. They say it's not in the population so much, but I mean, how would we know? I mean, it sounds like it's potentially the same as like any toe fungus anybody's got, and anybody who ever been an athlete, understands what a little toe fungus, or bartenders get it in their finger. People who put latex gloves on get it in their fingers, in their nails, and so it's like the worst athlete's foot, but it also can get inside your body. Anyway, be aware. It's kind of like COVID in a sense. You need to be aware of making sure that your surfaces don't have freaking candida on them, which is naturally occurring in the body, and your body can generally handle it, but this stuff is no joke. So if you haven't heard of it, it's out there. And of course, we don't have anybody in our government smart enough to try to help mitigate any real problems. So we're all on our own. Let's see. On a lighter note, I've been watching some TV to get, a friend of mine was just visiting. Thank you for visiting. I'd love when people visit because then I have someone to cook for. I really like to cook. And it's a lot more fun when you got someone else to cook for. Anyway, he left me with a subscription on my TV. And I've been watching these 2 shows on Peacock, all about it's all her fault. Because I saw this cute little kid on Jimmy Kimmel, the kid that plays Milo on the, and that might be his real name. Anyway, on the show, and anyway, pretty good show. And then Poker Face, I bet that's a good distraction from all the horror. Anyway, I just thought I'd mention that. And what's worth mentioning about it is it's shot in it's all her fault is shot in Chicago, and it's beautifully shot. I'm sort of an aspiring film student who has no skills. I've still never edited a video, and I've posted 1,300 videos. There are 40 kinds of content on this channel. It's not all the god-awful nightmare, very bad, terrible news. There are 12-hour videos of just the ocean, in case you take too many drugs and forget to leave your house. It's cooking videos, dispensary reviews, and they all serve supper. I just did a long walk on the beach, in case you'd like to take a long walk on the beach with me. And I'm going to do a long walk up a steep hill soon into the mountains, look for lily koi. I recently went underwater. I recently covered some outrigger canoe paddling races, which the season's coming up. So I'm training for that. I just did 60 minutes cardio yesterday in the gym, and I'm going to start hitting the gym, and that's cool. And I'm going to start swimming a lot more and lifting weights, and I just can't wait for this year's canoe season. Good thing is there's always an age group to aspire to, and the newest age group that exists in the Hawaii Canoe Racing Association regatta season is 70 and over. So something to look forward to, you know what I mean? I just got to train for 13 more years. All right, let's see, what else? And it's so great, Prince Andrew arrested. Could that be a tipping point where we start to actually arrest all these disgusting horror show people who've just been eyes wide shut shit? Oh God. And are they really? So I think obviously, right, like the only victims we see, like the ones that stood behind that disgusting woman who makes me so happy to be single. When you see these Republican women, you're like, oh man, I'm just so glad I'm single. You know what I mean? Pam Bondi, she's so gross. But all the beautiful survivors behind her, they're all a little older, right? I think it's because they realize they just need to eliminate the evidence. So they, like the 330 gallons of sulfuric acid that was ordered to the island to presumably, maybe, some people believe, burn the bodies or the bones or whatever is left from all of their carnivorous activity. And all their torture activity, again, against children, mostly little girls. It is just, where are the real men in our country? Obviously, none of the real men are Republicans, right? They're not standing up for anything. Oh, let's see, what else? So yeah, I think there's a reason why we don't see any survivors who are young, right? Because after a while, they decided, we just got to make sure that there is no evidence, which is that New Mexico ranch. Finally it's going to get investigated. And then what? And why didn't they investigate it earlier? Totally no excuse for that. But now they're demolishing it so they can invite children in for a Christian retreat. Oh my God. As if you need any more reasons to abandon religion. I mean, there are a few good religious people. Like James Tallarico is one of the few people that I have a lot of respect for, who is a devoted Christian. And if there's any brand of Christianity that's worthwhile, it's his, right? Separation of church and state. White supremacy sucks. Be kind to immigrants. Be kind to your neighbor. You know, stuff like that. But also, that's just common sense. And aside from being religious, if you just do the right things, and if there is a heaven, you're going to go there. You got to believe you're going to go there if you're a decent person, right? And that's what we need. We need decency back in our country. And the truth is, these are a tiny minority of the people. The vast majority of people, of course, 98.5% of native-born Americans, or, you know, people who are born in the United States, they don't commit crime. And 99.25% of immigrants don't commit any crimes, right? They're the best among us, our immigrant friends who are being brutalized. Oh, Nancy Guthrie's mom. Isn't it interesting, and no disrespect to her, but isn't it interesting that this one grandmother gets all this news when there's 10,000 beautiful grandmothers locked up in deplorable conditions that put their life at risk, being mistreated and harmed after having their doors broken down and being yanked out of bed and thrown into a cell. Oh, I just heard a story about women being thrown in cells and in bathrooms for days, and with men for days, a woman with her 7-month-old. I mean, it's reprehensible. So there's that. How about the MAGA guy, the MAGA asshole? Of course, they all suck. The MAGA asshole in Utah, the GOP, Wasatch County GOP chairman, waterboards his daughter, right? Yeah, that's another good. Of course, he has an IQ of 88, Hitler's favorite number, or the Hitler lover's favorite number. Yeah, just one of those higher-ups in the Republican Party torturing his children. Yeah, probably stands behind the Bible, too. Oh, wait, maybe Scientology. Maybe that's the best religion. Or maybe it's being a Jehovah's Witness, or a Mormon, or a Muslim, or a Jew, or a Christian. Which one is the right one? How about we just do no harm, do no crime, make the world a better place? Oh my God, I got through it all. Usually that takes me so much more time, but I've been talking fast, and I've got more viewers than I've ever had, which is cool. And yeah, abolish ICE. I just saw some douchebag, Mr. Show douchebag. Yeah, don't come here, bro. Oh man, I saw one of my guys I look up to the most, just badass Hawaiian guy, big name, big family, tough as nails, and he's like, they're not coming here, bro, because they're gonna get cracks, and that cracks means, you know, they're gonna meet some resistance, because 81% of the population here ain't white, right? I mean, what kind of, yeah, so don't come to Hawaii on vacation. If you're a racist, white supremacist, you know, low IQ moron, you're not wanted here. Nobody wants you here, okay? Just don't come here. You're disgusting. You're just disgusting people. But you don't have to be, right? The S-hole states, the shithole states, the red states, they could turn blue and become beautiful states, wonderful states, right? And so could you. You could just decide today, I'm going to stop being a terrible person. I mean, a Republican, terrible person, right? And move on and actually be someone who doesn't support people who harm children and then potentially consume them. Can you believe it? It is the shit of nightmares. Nightmares, nightmares, nightmares. And thanks to the Midas Touch guys and all, what's interesting is even the guys who are doing, like, that are growing their channels, they're now almost like mainstream because they have yet to really talk about the consumption of children, right? Which is so brutal. But like Jesse Dollemore, love that guy. Midas Touch, Occupy Democrats, all these guys. Meanwhile, the people who are even more independent and free thinkers, they're going through these Epstein files going, what is cheese pizza? That's equated possibly with child porn. Then what are muffins? Is that some body part that they're eating? Who knows? What jerky does that come from children? I mean, it is such a nightmare. These Epstein files are so gross. I went into the files actually and just clicked on one file and immediately saw disgusting stuff. And I was like, oh, I just can't even handle it. I'm gonna let you guys, the sleuthers, do that and show us. I love all you guys that show the files and what you're learning as you comb through them. That is just a brutal and disgusting and ugly task. But God bless America, seeing former Prince Andrew getting arrested. Finally, one of these sickos associated with predominantly billionaire Republicans, sickos, is arrested. And God, it just makes us wonder, could it actually happen to any of the people in the executive branch? How about Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas or any of these sickos, Harlan Crow, the billionaires, right? We can only hope and pray. Yeah. Whoo. So what else? So today I'm gonna go freaking swim. I'm gonna go to the gym and do 90 minutes of cardio today. I'm gonna lift weights and I'm gonna eat healthy and I'm gonna try to get a good night's rest with a clean conscience. But even with a clean conscience, it's as if I just watched the worst horror movie ever. Every day I watch the news, but I can't turn away from it. The news is like a train on fire, headed for a cliff, into a burning volcano. That's what the news is like. It is just it's a train wreck. It's douchebag, DJT, douchebag, jackass, traitor, the train wreck on fire. But, oh, God. And how about coward Nutlick? Coward Buttlick Nutlick? Can you imagine how much he was teased as a kid? Which is why he's probably such a horrible person now. It's no excuse. Just because you were teased doesn't mean you should be, like, harming children. And supporting child molesters. Oh, God. The FBI, the DOJ, all these Republicans, they're everywhere. 4,000 of them in elected state positions. The 500 plus in Washington, maybe 600. Disgusting, as they're hiding all of their crimes. Yeah, should have listened to Anita Hill, on Justice Thomas. If I was president, I would nominate Anita Hill for the next position on the Supreme Court. That would be so great. If she replaced Clarence Thomas, that would be satisfying. Or if she sat next to him, that would be very satisfying as well. And thanks again, Jesse Jackson, for keeping hope alive. Appreciate you, brother. All right, man, this is pretty exciting. People are actually watching this. I've never had this many people watching my channel. Maybe I should just keep talking about whatever. But the news is awful. This is supposedly a really good book. If you want to become a filmmaker, I just dropped this class, The Collaborative Art of Filmmaking, from script to screen. Save the Cat is another real good one. The Save the Cat moment, which is a moment in films that happens early on where you gain empathy for the main character, right? Because they like save a cat out of a tree, and then whatever else happens after that, which is interesting. Oh, the picture on this video is from my one art class. I've told this story. I took one art class, and I recommend you take an art class, and so does Jane Fonda. If you take an art class, Jane Fonda says it'll add 7.5 years to your life. I want 7.5 years more of life. Hopefully we'll get to live that long. But so I take one art class. It's Intro to Printmaking. On my last episode, I showed you the 3 prints that I made that were stamped, reduction, 1 relief print, 2 reductions. But I did some copper etching, and the picture for this video is the copper etching assignment, which, because I don't have the creative capacity like most artists, I need to use things like, where is it? Oh, it's in the washer. Like I used my Canoe Club petroglyph from my T-shirt to make a petroglyph. Anyway, Satoru Abe died at 98 years of age last year after this beautiful long art career, and he had an art installation at the Schaefer Museum. Okay, the Schaefer Art Museum here on Maui. If you come visit, hopefully you're not a Republican, is free. It's a free art museum. I love free. I love free parking. I love free art museums. I love free anything. Free food. And it's free. And I just discovered it 25 years after, or 28 years after living here. And so now I go back and see every 2 months they put in a new art installation. But Satoru Abe was their whole art thing. And I went through there and I took a picture of one of his copper pieces. It was a piece made of copper. It had, and then I etched that onto copper and made a copper etching of that. So that's what that looks like. Somebody meditating with like a piece of coral coming up, and then tree things that resembled like tree roots around them. Anyway, so I submitted my third assignment, which was Lilikoi. It was a Lilikoi print that I made in my art class. It was a 4 or 5 color reduction relief print, and it was accepted into an art exhibition. After taking my first art class in my late 50s, I make a flower, Lilikoi flower, which I don't know why nobody ever makes a Lilikoi. If you have artistic skills, render a Lilikoi. No one ever does it, right? I've never seen one anywhere, right? Lived in Hawaii almost 30 years. I see gardenias and hibiscus and roses and plumerias everywhere, right? Bread tree leaves and taro leaves everywhere, but you never see the Lilikoi flower. So anyway, I made that, and then I presented it, and then it got accepted, and it sold right away because mine was the cheapest thing in the whole thing. There were items as expensive as $25,000 in this, and that's another free art museum if you come here. The Noeau Visual Arts Center, which used to be the Baldwin House. It's a beautiful property. There's a video on my channel about it, but it's free. It's free, and every 2 months or so they have a new art exhibition. And if you're an artist, you can make submissions to it. You go to their website. Anyone can make submissions, so that's good to know. Another free thing to do on Maui, which is hella cool. Also, if you like to swim laps, of course you can swim in the ocean. But there's a chance, there's wildlife in the ocean, and it can be intimidating, and there's conditions. But if you like a Olympic-sized pool, there are several. There are 7 Olympic-sized pools, public pools in Maui County, all over the place. There's one here in Lahaina, one in Pukalani, one in Kahului, one in Wailuku, and on and on and on. They're all one in Kihei. Beautiful facilities. You can swim laps for free every day, in case you want to get in shape while you're on vacation, which is a good way to go on vacation, right? Come home from vacation in better shape than when you left. Don't just get drunk and come home hungover and then get sick when you get home because you've been, although there's nothing wrong. I mean, I've had friends recently visit who I drank more than I usually do with them, and they enjoyed alcohol while they were here, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not speaking to them. I'm just saying, like, versus, not being healthy on vacation, right? And that is what the Hawaii tourism industry, there's an organization, and that's their new approach. They want to try to sell, ecotourism. They want you to come here and do healthy things and take care of the environment and take care of yourself and make it a healthier experience. Because, the long and short of it is, it sucks when you vacationers come to Hawaii and you kill us driving drunk, right? 20 people a year die on the highway between here and the other side of the island, like one every 2 weeks from a head-on accident. So, there's that. And then there's your phones. Your phones are killing you. I'm taking a interpersonal communications class right now at the community college. And according to my professor, who's an amazing woman, we're spending 4.5 hours on our phone, checking our phone 350 times a day on average. Oh my God. I recommend you just leave your phone in your car when you're going to go actually do something, right? Or when you're going to go do something, leave it at home. You don't need your phone to drive your car, right? And if you're driving your car to go do something, then when you're going to do something, you don't need your phone to go do something. You don't need distractions. Just leave your phone behind. Get good at doing that, right? Phones used to be at home only, right? It'll take a message. People can send you a text. There's no emergency that's so important. Oh, what if something happens? Yeah, you'll be all right. You'll figure it out. There's always somebody near you with a phone anyway. But yeah, phones are bad for you. They're radioactive. They're bad for your eyesight. Oh, and they're really bad for your neck, okay? I just say this because I care. Start looking up. Giving yourself some good posture. Leave your phone behind. Phones are not good for you. God, why do we just go, oh yeah, and every app, every evil thing on your phone, they measure their success by how much they can keep you engaged, right? And when you're doing this, whether it's Candy Crush or Facebook or whatever, you're not doing anything else, right? You're not accomplishing anything. You're not living your life. Your ears aren't out in the world. Your eyes aren't out in the world. And the world is a beautiful place full of beautiful people. And that's why people aren't getting laid anymore. And we don't need to kill people, lock them up, kidnap them to reduce our population. It's already happening. And it's happening in other countries where this is going on even more. And that they're just the canary in the coal mine, like Korea and Japan. Korea, at this rate, is going to have 0 people in 750 years because they're doing it even more. We need immigrants to come into our country to keep our population stable. And then AI. AI is the enemy, right? We don't need data centers anywhere. We don't need to be surveilled. Nobody should want that. We need to elect people, right? Good people, presumably not Republicans, who don't want us to have data centers like the one in Memphis that Elon Musk is killing people with 35 methane-generated gas turbines, competing for the clean water, the farm space, right? We're bulldozing farm space to build data centers to power robots. They're taking our clean water, right? Because you can't use dirty water to keep that shit cool. The power is what's driving our power bills up, right? So that's just evil. And then what are they doing? Oh, flock surveillance. Yeah, we need to elect people that don't allow flock surveillance into their towns, into their cities. And of course, if they catch one bad guy, they're going to say, oh, that's a good reason to have flock surveillance because, we caught this one bad guy. No, it isn't, right? Just like that Amazon commercial that freaked everybody out because it could identify your dog. Well, of course it can identify people, and they are using it. They're tapped into all that. And Palantir is pure evil. And how about crypto? We're now getting a sense of how evil crypto is because that's going to, right, because of Savannah Guthrie's mom, right? That's the way for criminals to get untraceable money, right? So, and crypto's just not a real thing, and it subverts our national currency, right? Which is supposed to be illegal, right? There's supposed to only be one currency. We need a stable dollar. But yeah, a lot of people think, yeah, I should invest in that. Doesn't pay a dividend. There's no guarantees for anything. It's not even a real thing. It's not like a company that's growing. And I've been following Wall Street for 40 years. And maybe I'm not smart because I don't want to invest in something that destroys my country like crypto can and might be in the process of doing. But hopefully maybe seeing that it is the tool of criminals, right? Maybe that'll make it less popular, hopefully. And, yeah. Anyway, listen, thanks for watching All Good Things and All Good Time, where it's always a good day to be alive. Of course, do no harm, do no crime. But to be more specific, if you want to play the odds in your favor, okay, obviously, do no harm, do no crime. Unless your crime is seeking reproductive health care or smoking a little bit of weed, right? Because if you're a real American, you want freedom. Real freedom to smoke weed, freedom to see a doctor if you're a woman, or for your wife to see a doctor, right? Getting pregnant shouldn't be a death sentence like it is now in 25, 26 states, all the shithole red states. Oh, and it's so funny when the shithole red states talk about people moving there from California, making it work. It's already terrible there. And California is an amazing state. Amazing. It has so much going for it. You couldn't, nothing can compare to it, right? Hawaii's pretty special too. Colorado, Idaho is beautiful. Kentucky and Tennessee have a few things going for them, even though those three are shithole states, politically speaking. But who knows? You know, maybe they'll change. They can change. Depends on just how low their IQ is. And then PFAS chemicals. Can we get the PFAS chemicals out of our world? Can we outlaw PFAS chemicals and outlaw data centers? And, oh, God. And don't be happy to take up AI. AI advertises like it's a good thing. It's not. Use your brain. Avoid AI as much as you can. I'm guilty of using it a couple times to create an image, but, you know, generally speaking, it's the best thing you can do for yourself. Don't talk to AI. Don't make friends. It's not your friend. AI conversationally has figured out how to just tell humans what they want to hear. That's it. They just tell us what we want to hear, and then we go, oh, thank you for telling me what I want to hear all the time. And it's a machine. It's not a real thing, and it's just engaging you, right? It's guest engagement. If they can engage you, they take you off the board. You don't exist when you're talking to AI that is, you don't know, that has no heart, no soul, no conscience, doesn't care about you. It will just as soon wipe out humanity as it is make us happy, right? And people got to realize that. It's the furthest thing from safe. Always be in pursuit of interacting with human beings, okay? Whether it's customer service or advice on something, talk to people. Don't talk to AI. It's dangerous. It's not good for you. And certainly don't trust it, right? And that's, of course, the problem. Once, right, you trust AI to give you the right answer all the time about everything, then what happens when it wants to end humanity? You know, it could lead you right off a cliff, right? It'll tell you you should jump off this bridge, and by that point you'll just be all in on jumping off a bridge because AI is always right about everything, right? Anyway, don't trust it. And what else? I don't know. That's I'm just so invigorated. I've never seen so many people watching any of my live streams. This is going to be probably a record setter as far as number of people who watched it. And after this, I'm going to set up a camera, looking at Molokai, looking at the ocean for the next 15 hours. If you like some peace and harmony in your life, like something soothing and calming, you can watch Molokai, see if it moves. You can watch the waves roll in. You can hear them. You can see a few people lingering around a pool. Imagine yourself down there on vacation. Presumably, hopefully, none of you shithole Republicans. We don't want you here in Hawaii, okay? We don't want racist bigots, woman-hating racist bigots aren't welcome. Hopefully anywhere, but definitely here, right? Where 81% of the population ain't white and our economy is real good. We have a real hard-working, awesome population that's very mixed culturally, religiously, and it's a beautiful community. Oh my God. Oh my God. And that's the sad thing for you stupid white people that are afraid of people that aren't white. You're missing out. You're losing out. I don't care who it is. Some of the best, there are just some great people that ain't white, you know, whether they're black or Tongan or Filipino or Japanese or Hawaiian or, oh God. But yeah, so you might want to try to flip a switch in your brain, stop being an ignorant fool if you're a Republican, and warm up to the idea of being a loving, kind, gentle person who wants to make new friends. That is the one thing that's going to give you happiness in addition to being a generous person, right? Make new friends. I've been making new friends lately, and it's kind of like my new favorite thing to do. So if I can give you some really good advice, if you allow yourself to be influenced by somebody who will actually do you some good, go make some new friends. Maybe friends that aren't white or friends that are. It's all good. But good people, right? And maybe do nice things for each other, right? Be kind, be generous, open the door for somebody, let somebody pass you in traffic, whatever it is. Give your grandson some money, or your cousin who's poor, or whatever, right? Be generous, right? Have class, be generous, and these things are going to make you happy. If you're an unhappy, selfish person, try being unselfish, right? Buying something, that's not going to make you. The only thing that could really make a person happy that you could purchase, in my humble opinion, is transportation. I have a car that I really love. I have a Toyota, and it is good transportation, and it does, in some ways, just really make me happy. Knowing what a pain in the ass a car can be, having a car that's reliable, that doesn't cost me any money. I own it outright. The insurance is cheap, and it's going to last forever and never give me any trouble. That is something, the one object that can make, I think, a person reasonably a little bit happier, because having transportation really gives you freedom, and freedom is one of those core tenets of happiness, along with generosity. So, but yeah, buying shit ain't never gonna make anybody happy. I've seen plenty of people. I grew up around rich people, rich, unhappy people in Marin County, and yeah, it's real simple. It's real simple. Be kind, be generous, be thoughtful, and make new friends, and make the world a better place, and never vote for a Republican again, right? Take the pledge. I'm never going to vote for a Republican again. And then in my personal life, looks like where I once lived burned down in the Lahaina fire. They're going to break ground pretty soon. And they just extended the FEMA roof over my head for upwards of maybe a year. So I might have this dream situation where I don't have to, become homeless, which is a constant threat, has been for the last 2.5 years. And I'm still almost have a job. So hopefully I'll get this job soon, start earning a little bit of it. So it's going to be a low-paying job that has a high-quality life, but it's going to be 200 yards from where I'm going to live once they build a house. But maybe I'll be able to live here and then move right into the place I once lived. It'll be a new house. Of course, I'll have a lot less stuff, but stuff don't make you happy. It'll be kind of a new beginning, and a little bit of a happy ending, and a little bit of a happy beginning after just a terrifying, tragic event that scarred myself, and everybody I know is scarred for life. Losing, friends burning up in the fire, and all of our stuff burning up in the fire, and pets and cars, and our entire town. The town is probably like 30% rebuilt, but none of the businesses are rebuilt here yet. So that's just kind of interesting. I'm not politically involved or connected as much as I should be. Anyway, that's what's going on here. And if you haven't thought about it, go back to school, right? School is fun. Take a challenge, expand your mind, put your mind to work. We have these great community colleges all over our country. If you're not in our country, I hope you have something similar, but they are a great way to make new friends, learn new things, become a better person, right? All right, so let's get to the things that will hopefully help you live longer and be happier. Okay, alcohol. Moderate your alcohol. If you do drink alcohol, don't drive, right? Driving drunk can kill you, right? Will kill you. Might kill other people, so don't do that. Don't snort anything, right? When I was young, you could do cocaine all day. The worst thing that would happen to you was you get the poops, right? Because it was be cut with laxative. Now it's cut with fentanyl, so it's Russian roulette. It's not recreational, it's Russian roulette. So don't snort nothing. Same with pills. Pills, you don't know what's in a pill. Could have fentanyl these days, right? So don't take pills, right? Pretty much, unless it's like life-saving drug, and because you have like multiple sclerosis or something. Right, so don't take pills, don't snort stuff, don't drive drunk, don't gamble. They're shoving gambling down our throats, right? It's on the mainland. Ooh, getting low battery. On the mainland, you go to the gas station, they're shoving gambling down your throat. You got lottery tickets everywhere. And who's throwing the money that they should be spending on food away to gamble? The poorest among us. They're just working over the poor and everybody, right? Don't gamble. Don't go to a casino. Don't gamble online. Sports gambling is now being shoved down your throat. Just say no, right? When I went to the Thunder Valley Casino and talked to the manager lady, she's like, yeah, we have a heart attack in here once a week. If you've never seen the unhappiest place in the world, go to a casino. Ain't nobody smiling in there. And they all look like they're about to die. But some wealthy guy got the penthouse there at the Thunder Valley Casino. He proceeded to go downstairs into the casino and lose everything he owns. And then he went up to his penthouse and jumped off the roof. He happened to land on the transformer, create a connection, and knock out the power to the whole casino. So, gambling can kill you and ruin your life. And it's just a waste of time, right? Go make new friends instead of gamble. God. Anyway. All right, what else? Avoid the wrong relationships. I'm sure you might know somebody. I know two people who, what looks like they killed themselves because of the wrong relationship, right? And whether that relationship kills you in one way or another, or you kill yourself, yeah, avoid the wrong relationship. If you know someone who's violent, who has violent tendencies, punish them by never spending any time with them. Stay away from anyone violent. That goes to you women who don't ever think. I made this mistake once. I had this friend who I thought would only beat up other people. You know, he's a tough guy. He was so crazy. He'd see three guys and go, how about you three and let's go right now. And they would freaking back out and walk away because he was crazy and super quick and built a fight. And eventually we got drunk together and he beat the shit out of me. Drunk. Thank God my buddy who visited, if you watched the one where my friend's face cam down here, Johnny, he saved me from that. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. Maybe I'll tell you the whole story in the future. But oh, it sucked. I woke up just face just bruised, cut here, cut here, cut here. My teeth had gone through my lips. Luckily, my nose wasn't broken. But that was the day of Reggae on the River. I went to Reggae on the River just in pain after just getting beat up. And small world, I waited on that guy's brother-in-law here, like right before the fire, and I was like, he's like, yeah, my sister's married to him, and he's still got some issues, you know. But anyway, but I think he generally turned his life around. I didn't turn him in. I probably should have. So avoid the violent people, right? Avoid the wrong relationships. Wear condoms. I see all these ads. Take this drug to not get this disease. How about you just wear condoms, right? The greatest victory, the touchdown, is when you have a fun one-night stand and you're going home from it and you know no one's pregnant and no one got a disease, right? That's a victory, baby. That is good times. It's been a long time for me, but nevertheless, yeah, wear condoms. Let's see, what else? All right, I think that's pretty much all the stuff not to do so that you don't screw up your life. You can still have, you can still get in a head-on accident. Something could go wrong, Well, every day we're just lucky to be here. But you can play the odds in your favor, right? And if you care about yourself, if you care about your friends, you'll try to influence them to play the odds in their favor, to be kind, generous people, not to do stupid shit, and not throw their lives away. You know what I mean? Yeah. And, Gee, thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate you. I'm not very good at I've never edited a video. I still need to learn how to do editing. I'm not very good at monetizing my channel. I'll put up my GoFundMe or my Venmo, even my P.O. box, but I mean, I should be on Patreon. I should be on Substack. I should be on TikTok. I should be on Blue Sky. Dare I go on to the racist white supremacists, the Nazi Elon Musk Twitter. Maybe I should be in these other places. Facebook apparently can be lucrative. But nevertheless, just here on this place. And, it's blue collar YouTube. I make about 35 cents a day. That's what my channel makes. I might make 13 or 20, I think my biggest month I made $39 from YouTube because this is a monetized channel. Yeah, and I'll try to get a shave and a haircut. This is the hair of unemployment. Of course, at my age, I'm just lucky to have hair. I'm about to go to my 40th high school reunion, and I'm pretty sure just having hair is gonna be cool. Maybe I should keep it. It's a hassle, though. Oh my God, what a hassle! Freaking I've seen girlfriends over the years, balling up their hair in the shower, and pulling it out, and Oh, I am doing that now. Hair everywhere, hair in the dryer, hair in the drain. It gets in your mouth when you're, gets in your eyes and your mouth when you're sleeping, eating. It's just, it's a hassle. The amount of time it takes to wash it and condition it and brush it. I bring conditioner when I go to the ocean to have a swim. Anyway, yeah, it's just kind of funny like that. Yeah, I recently did rent out a place and do, as if I needed to prove it to myself. I didn't really need to, but I got to start. I rented out a place. I did almost a 1 hour stand-up comedy show, and the request, because the guy that owns the place is a minister, was to do no politics and no profanity, which is a good, thing to try to do. And so I did it. And I did about 48, 50 jokes, local. A lot of them were local style jokes. It's so funny when we have these idiot comedians from other places come here and try to do local jokes, because they just don't understand Hawaii. They don't understand this community at all. But yeah, so that's what it is. It's kind of cool in those ways. It was a good first exercise in stand-up comedy. It only cost me $200 for the room, and only 12 people came. But one of them was this famous local person that I just look up to immensely. This woman, Kathy Collins, she was there, which is super cool, man. I just listened to her on the radio yesterday. But she is a famous local storyteller, actor, comedian, playwright, play producer. She founded Mana'o Radio. Just a powerhouse lady. What else? Yeah, so that was cool. And I've got this friend. So I was helping my friend Spud move, and his where he used to live was on the ocean, where he paid like $800 a month, $900. It had gone up. It was like $500 or $600. I think it was $900 before the fire a month rent. Oceanfront. I mean, just a beautiful location. And we moved him there. It's the third time he's moved, and it's the first time I helped. But we had to tear down this well-constructed living room by a contractor guy, friend of ours, Reed, who said he'll do podcasts with me. So hopefully he's like me. He likes to try to make his friends laugh all the time. So he's a natural-born comedian, unlike shithead Joe Rogan, who ain't funny at all. None of these guys are, especially the right-wing douchebags that do hate-based humor. But you could watch 30 hours of Joe Rogan, that piece of shit, and he will not make you laugh because he ain't funny. Yet he's a comedian. Anyway, the population of comedians should be populated by people who like to try to make people laugh in real life all the time. And in Hawaii, that's every other guy. Every other guy I know is like that. But this guy Reed is spot on. He is just like that, and he's similar in age to me. He's 50, and a great guy. I mean, a great guy. And so maybe I found someone and he's willing to try stand-up comedy. So, and he's not afraid, and he's got a lifetime full of jokes, because he's always telling jokes to his friends. He's always fabricating them, right? So I got a friend I can maybe do stand-up comedy with here, because I don't have anybody to do it with. And because it's kind of not as much fun if you're just like a show of just you. And so that's cool. And then maybe someone I can do a podcast with, because I'm trying to find, I mean, you don't need to just see me talk to a camera. It'd be so cool if I had a person to talk to, and there could be that relationship and interaction. Nevertheless, so that's cool. I found a friend I think I can do comedy with, and maybe a podcast with, which would be cool. And what else? Yeah, I think that's most of the good news, and almost all of the very terrible, god-awful bad news that's generated by these fascist, oath-breaking, disgusting, predominantly Republicans. Yeah, so let's hope. But you poor Republican women, did you realize that you voted to lose your right to vote? Better go change your name back if you're married and took your husband's name. Oh my God, imagine being that stupid. And I'm not one to want to call a woman stupid, but if you're a Republican woman, you're stupid. You voted to lose your right to vote. Imagine getting off your couch, going down to cast a ballot so that you could never be able to cast a ballot again, thanks to the it's not the SAVE Act, it's Destroy Your Voting Rights Act. It's the Jim Crow 2.0. Just one of many evil, god-awful, terrible things that this criminal regime has inflicted upon the American people. And yeah, all right, okay. Listen, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, smash that this, smash the this, that. Just smash it. All right, got 10%, running out of juice. Love you guys, and and you poor Republican douchebags that are writing just, you know, rude, hateful comments. You suck. You are anything. You ain't real Americans. You're not real men. You're dumbass women. I feel sorry. You were probably teased, right, in school, and I'm sorry for that. You're obviously racist. You're a bigot. You hate women. How about that douchebag Nick Fuentes? Women are the enemy. Yeah, because they're smarter than you. They're more successful than you. They actually, you know, they achieve more than you. They work harder than you. And they're the best among us. Just like our immigrant neighbors and friends, they are the best among us. While the worst among us are attacking them, right? They commit the least crime. They're the best people, the hardest working, the best neighbors, the best members of our community. And they're all my friends. So I got all the friends of all the shades of everything. And I love these people. And thanks for the hearts. That is so nice. I see those. I see the hearts. My eyes aren't good enough to see the comments. And what's interesting is the comments are lost forever, right? You only see them now, but afterwards, this will be posted, right? And this is one of the great things about doing live, if you've never done this, you don't need memory, and you don't have to edit because it's automatically posted, right? You don't have to post it and wait for it to upload. You don't need any memory in case you got too many pictures in your tiny little iPhone that only has 64 gigs, which is what this is. So yeah, if you made some mean-ass, rude comments because you're a racist traitor, a right-wing douchebag, your stupid comments are going to be lost forever. You're going to have to go into my comments after this to make your rude comments. If your life sucks so bad, that's how you want to spend your time, feel free. I feel sorry for you and your suck-ass life. Oh, my God. And I'm sorry you were teased as a kid. And will they ever call that brown leprechaun, that little man, Cash Yap Patel, Cash Yap? Will we ever see it? Anybody, please, somebody spread the word. His name is Cash Yap. It ain't Cash. Cash is a cool name. Cash Yap is not so cool. And I'm pretty sure he was teased for that. And why isn't anybody doing that? I don't know. Anyway, isn't it funny, that guy, oh, show us the Epstein files, show us the Epstein files. Now he's hiding the Epstein files, hiding the Epstein files. Anyway, let's hope that these sicko billionaire class, the Epstein class, is held accountable. Prince Harry going down, let's pray other people go down. There's somebody has a conscience out there. There's one decent law enforcement person somewhere that will just arrest somebody for harming children, right? All right. Love you guys so much. And yeah, maybe I'll get a new subscriber. Often when I voice my opinions, my subscribers go down because it's some racist person like, oh, I can't adhere to this, which is fine. Please, don't watch my channel if you're one of these horrible people. No one wants you. Here, there, anywhere. I'd be happy to lose any subscribers if you're a racist Republican, oath-breaking traitor. Anyway, all right. And all you people who are fighting in the streets, bless you for your putting yourself on the line. I can only imagine the equal and opposite reactions happening in the future from all of the evil that's currently being done to us, right? And let's hope we can save the world. Right? This is like our last chance, you know, realizing, oh, we gotta suss out, we gotta find where these billionaires are doing all their sick, eyes wide open stuff and stop that, right? Anyway, let's keep hope alive, like Jesse Jackson said. Right on, Jesse Jackson. Thanks for your legacy. All right. Mahalo, imua, and aloha. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. One more. Let's see. There it is. Okay.